Hi, this is Dr. Cynthia Clark, acupuncture physician, applied clinical nutritionist, and creator of Energy Evolution. And I'm also the president of Longevity Wellness. And I'm super excited today because this past weekend I got to go study my dermatology training in Chicago with Mazen Al-Khajifi. And he is really the world's leading Chinese medicine dermatologist, although I believe that if you were to accuse him of that in person, he would probably deny it because he's such a humble teacher, being of true British stock, which apparently that humbleness comes with that, and Americans are much different from that. Well, so it's Friday afternoon, and I just wanted to chat with you a little bit. I'm so excited about this, and I'm so excited about what I've been learning because of the tremendous power. It's really re-inspired me. So I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but my school that I chose to go to, I interviewed 6 different schools around the country before I chose the school that I would go to for my master's program. And I chose the school that I did for 2 reasons. One, because of the high number of clinical hours that it had as a requirement before students exited into the real world. I wanted as much practice as I could. And 2, because of the very robust herbal program. In fact, while I was there, I chose the school because I thought it was an excellent match for me. While I was there, it even moved up further in the rankings, and it has been ranked number 4 in the nation during that time. Let's talk a little bit about Chinese herbology, because it's very different from Western herbology. Western herbology primarily chooses one herb for one differentiation. So, for example, feverfew might be for headache. Milk thistle might be for liver. Chinese medicine is much more nuanced and much richer. A Chinese herbal formula that you might be prescribed for psoriasis with itching, for example, might have 12 different herbs in it. In this herbal formula, it is the particular nuance of this is very intriguing because it's important not only in the individual herbs, which I'll come back to in just a moment, but it's actually very important that these herbs be synergistically used together so that they are cooked and prepared together, because there's all these different molecules, right? So one herb like sangerza might have, it has its particular molecular components, and when it is cooked together in the proper way with other herbs like baizhi, then it's going to have a synergistic effect that's stronger than either one individually. So so the construction of Chinese herbal formulas is really tremendous and rich and powerful, and I've only gained more and more respect for this in the past decade that I have been studying and using these herbal formulas. And the reason for that is because of the strategy of construction. So in each herbal formula, there's an herb that's called the chief herb, and that chief herb is the primary herb. Now, you might think that that is the herb which has the highest amount, like the most number of grams of in the formula, but it's not necessarily the case. It's the one that has the most potent direction. And then there are other additional, so there's an assistant and an envoy that all help in different ways. This art is, the richness and the power of it come from these synergistic molecules that are formed. One of the stories that Mazen told this weekend, that our teacher told us this weekend, was about a research group that he sat on that study the Chinese herbal formula for skin dermatological condition, and at the end of which they found that it was very, very, very effective. I believe this was for a psoriasis case. They found it was very effective. And so they came back and they said, okay, we want to find out the exact compounds that healed this so that we can go and make a drug out of it. And so they did. They took this herbal formula and they took the active ingredients. Like in ginseng, there's over 200 ginsengicides in ginseng. So they would take these active components and they would test those single molecules to see which one it was that helped the patient so much. And what they found at the end was that it wasn't one. It didn't work that way. What worked was that these herbs worked synergistically together, and that's what helped so much. So for those of you who've been a patient in my clinic for a while, you may know that sometimes you get these teas from me. And the teas that you get from me have a variety of components in them. These are instant teas, granules, and they might have 12 or so herbs in them, and that's what they're doing, that these herbs are working synergistically together. For the way that they're prepared is they're all cooked together, and then they're made up into granules, so they're made into an instant tea, and that's what makes it so easy for you to just add hot water. Now, in some cases, when it's a more specific presentation or the formula has to be more customized, then we might prescribe a raw herbal formula, and that gets delivered to you. That comes in a package, so that it's easy for you to take, and even though the tea might not be very tasty, it's convenient for you to get in. So I just wanted to share a little bit with you about what's on my mind, and a little bit of cool stuff with Chinese herbs and Chinese herbs for dermatology. The module that we studied this past weekend was on psoriasis. So if you know anybody that has had to suffer with psoriasis, then please send them our way, because this is something that I'd love to help them with, and it's a very difficult disease to live with, and it's very frustrating, and I'd really like to help them feel better and to get to experience the difference in their lives. So just let us know. Our clinic number is 941-923-9355, or you can email us at office@longevitywc.com. We look forward to hearing from you, and hope you have a great day, and hope you've enjoyed this little bit of information about Chinese herbal formulas and how they're created.